Hello everybody, welcome home and welcome back to Super Hydlide for the Sega Genesis. We were going to head back into the Cave of the Damned, or whatever it was called. The Forbidden Cave, that's what it's called. We have a couple of errands to run first, and I decided to show those to you just so you know how I prepare for this cave. Full disclosure, I did a little bit of practicing between the episodes here, because the way I did this upcoming dungeon as a kid drastically differs from how you're supposed to do it. And I'll explain when we get in there, but I wanted to look as smart as possible, so I practiced it a little bit to get an idea of where we need to go exactly, and then I can show you where things are, what things need to be done, and then we can fight the boss as the game intended you to fight the boss. So a couple errands first. I'm decided to keep you in the know here and show you how we prepare. So head to the Heavenly City. And we're going to wander on down to our general store friend. So we have the flaming sword from the Forbidden Cave, but we still have the holy sword, which we no longer need, so we can sell that. While we're here, we need to buy a little bit of more oil. And you can also buy expensive medicine. Kind of goes a long way. It's doesn't weigh much, and it actually is pretty darn good for the warrior. And it's sold out. We can only carry so much. I've already got a whole bunch. How many can we? We can only carry 7 at a time. Okay, fair enough. What's our weight carrying at? We still got at least 5 grand. All right, so we're gonna head up here, head into the Heavenly Castle, and we're gonna go see our friend Herb. Is the name I've given him. Head over all the way to the right and talk to this dude. You want some herbs? Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like 8 for no particular reason, excuse me. Got plenty of capacity still. Not carrying anything we don't need. Alright, so then we head back. Let's head back to the City of the Woods. Take a nap. Actually, you know what? How much food do we have? I made myself some notes. Sell the sword, buy the oil, and buy rations. So let's make sure we have enough of those. We've only got one. Let's get another one, and hopefully my goal here is to make sure we buy the food and then come back to the inn before 1900 hours, before we eat the food we just bought. So we just need one. So 2 gets you through a whole day. So you really only need 2 each day. If you want to carry more to stop having to go to the store every day, that's entirely up to you. All right, I'm going to cheese it a bit, do a little save state just to make sure. It's on day 30. Okay, we head back up here. Let's change the speed, and we throw on the holy water. There you are. Back in we go. Okay, so yeah. Never forget, the monsters in this place will mess you up badly. Okay, so one of the dudes in the City of the Woods mentioned something about the sacred light. So I'm pretty sure I came across these sacred lights in my younger years, but I had no idea what they meant. What they mean is, it says something, the guy in the town also said it weakens Varalys. So Varalys is the boss we're going to be fighting in this cave. There are 5 sacred lights in this cave, and they're all hidden in dead ends of the maze. So we need to find them. What I practiced was getting to them in the dark. I'm so used to playing this game with the flash spell, as I've mentioned before, and being able to see the whole map. It's very unfamiliar to me to be playing it with just the lamp and the super oil. So I practiced where to find all the 5 lights. When you fight the boss without finding the lights, you can do it, but he consistently refills his life over and over and over again. So you kind of have to just keep blasting him until he actually dies. If you get the 5 lights before fighting Varalys, he's incredibly easy. Incredibly easy. So it would have made my life a lot. He can be very difficult if you don't get the 5 lights. So we have all the items in this cave that we want. So we're just after the lights and the boss. So I'm going to do my very best to show you where those lights are and not die in the process. So we head to the left here. When in doubt, if you're using the oil and the lamp, when in doubt, just shoot your sword and try and clear out the way. So we go head over this way here, just to see if there's an enemy ahead of you. And head over here, around this, and then there's a little dead end right here. Kablam. So I'm sure that I found one of those at some point in my youth, but never had any idea what it meant. Because I would check my status screen and it wouldn't show anything had happened, and I still think I'm going the wrong way here. Yes. So then we head over here. To the right here is a treasure chest with a stone in it. It is also trapped, so it's a waste of your magic. I'm just going to use expensive medicine here. A waste of your time and magic, so don't bother. Come down this way and then head over here. And clear the way with your sword. You're going to travel through these two walls here, and you're going to head up again. Make sure you defend yourself. God, they're just brutal. Head to the right and go down. No, not down. To the right now. So now we're in an area that looks exactly like the starting screen of the cave. Don't be deceived. You're not. This is a very different part of the area. This is where you need to be. But do not walk into that little doorway looking thing. It's a bomb. It will just do a ton of damage to you. You're going to wander over here, and there's another sacred light there. And then there's also one, I believe, down here. Nope, I lied. Where's that other one? And I'm already. Oh, here it is, right there. Okay, so those are the three you can get without finding the way forward. The way forward is a little bit deceiving, but I did mention we did also see there's a little bit of a secret passage in the Cave of the Dead in the Subterranean City where the dragon was. There's another one here, but it's actually now required to move forward. And it's right here. It's also quite long, so oh, for God's sake, stupid enemies. So make sure you shoot your sword up into it and clear it out, like this. God, they're just brutal. Such close quarters, enemies just destroy you. So now we're in basically the second half of the maze. Follow the right wall. Oh my God. Up here, come down to the first down here. There's your fourth light. Come back out. Just like, look at that. It's a little bit not fair. It's a little bit unfair. It really is. We should be using the illusion spell more, but it's also kind of time consuming. Head on down here. And then we're going to follow this wall here. Go down a screen as soon as you can. Cure yourself again. And then you're going to head in through this little passageway right here. And this will be your fifth light. Right there. The Sacred Light. The magic of Varalys has been sealed. Okay, so that tells you that you've accomplished your mission. So head back out this way. I didn't practice this part, but I'm pretty sure this is the way to go back to Varalys. Varalys is basically you keep going left past the fourth light we found. I think. Nope, I think I'm wrong. So now we're grateful for all those herbs we have. Yeah, when I played this game as a kid, I never got the herbs because as the monk, you get your magic point. You have more magic points than you have health. Okay, so now we need to find our way to Varalys. He's to the top left part of the dungeon here. Maybe it's this way. Yes, I believe this is the correct way now. Yes, he's right in there. Okay, so as I mentioned before, when you fight a boss, you cannot open your menu screen. So if there's anything you want to do it before you go in there. So we'll make sure we're all healed up and fight Varalys. So he kind of just appears out of nowhere, but then just stand next to him and just blast him. And that's it. That's actually the entire fight. So if you don't have all the lights, he'll appear, shoot some lightning bolts at you, which do actually quite a bit of damage, and you can't cure yourself in there, so it can be a pretty tricky fight. And he just keeps healing himself over and over and over again, and you just have to keep blasting him until he actually dies. So you don't need to do the lights, but as you can plainly see, it's worth it. It's so worth it. I wish I knew that as a kid. Okay, the most important part about this is not only to kill him, but he has something that you need, and there's no treasure chest like there was when you beat the dragon. But if you walk back up to here, there's a noise, and he drops the statue of Varalys, which is absolutely critical. You cannot complete the game without it, and it's so easy to just beat Varalys and head out, like just leave. You cannot. You have to go back and get it. So, we're done here. Time's still pretty good. Let me check my to-do list. So I'm back to the City of the Woods. We're done in there entirely. You can go back there to grind, but you don't need to. Okay, so now... we pretty much got everything there. So we're basically in the end game now. Let's see if anyone here says anything different now. We know about that. We knew about that. It is thought that Sarah had to create it. Yes, we knew that too. When all the sacred... Yeah, the power of Varalys. So, and I just never really talked to this guy, I guess, as a kid. And if I did, I didn't really know what it meant and didn't connect the dots between what he says and the single sacred light I may have found in my exploration of that cave. Okay, so this is actually really important. Varalys holds the idol statue, which may hold the key to the existence of Fairyland. Very important information. So, that basically will cue you into the fact that if you beat Varalys and come out without the idol statue, you need to go back and find it. So you can save yourself the trouble and just grab the statue after you beat him and before you leave. We can not level up yet. Okay. I had said after we finished grinding in the Sunken Temple that we didn't, or maybe I thought it, maybe I didn't say it, that I thought maybe that'd be the last of the grinding for the game. Unfortunately, it is not. I did find myself grinding a whole bunch before the final boss. Luckily, the final dungeon is a pretty decent place to grind, but I have a level threshold that I came up with when I was doing my practice run for this, and we are not really even close. So yeah, so I'm going to show you now how to advance how the plot advances. And then, time pending, I will show you how to get into the final dungeon, perhaps. But yeah, we're kind of in the end game now. So, everything you have here is still everything we need. One thing it's worth mentioning, I think it only really occurs in the final dungeon. So, as I mentioned in the Sunken Temple, the Robo Warriors can drop bronze shields, which just clutter up your inventory and weigh you down. Some of the enemies in the final dungeon will do the same thing. It's not bronze shields though, it's something else. And they're quite heavy. But what's worth noting is this menu only tells you what you're carrying. It doesn't tell you how many of what you're carrying. So we have 4 bundles of herbs, as you can see in the bottom, it says 300 times 4. There are items that will be dropped to you in the final dungeon that you won't even realize you're holding them. I think it might be... and it's an item that you already have. So you'll suddenly be over encumbered and you'll have no idea why. I'm trying to remember which item it is. Doesn't matter at this exact moment, but just be aware that if you're over encumbered and you look at your inventory and you can't figure out why, it's because you're carrying multiples of something that you didn't know you were carrying. Okay, what are we going to do now? We're going to head to the City of Illusion, I think. for crying out loud. All right, I'll use a bundle of herbs. Okay. So now, let's just go back to normal speed for a second here. You're not from around here, are you? So there's an old man. We knew that one already. There's an old man somewhere that tells you something very important. But actually, first, I think we actually want to head back to our informant. So now you head back to the prison. There's a man in the dungeon who claims to have entered the door of time. Perfect. It does tell you what to do. So this is definitely a game that is a little bit esoteric, little bit convoluted, little bit cryptic. But if you just talk to everyone in the game, which can be tedious, granted, you do figure out where to go. So now we do know that. I'm glad we actually ran into him because I didn't really know how we were supposed to know to go talk to Dungeon Dude. You come in here, chat with our little first dungeon informant. If you have the idol statue of Varalys, you should be able to enter the Door of Time. The Door of Time is located to the northeast of this city. Once you go in, there is no way out unless you have this talisman. Here, you can have the talisman. I no longer have any use for it. If you have the talisman, you can return through the Door of Time. No human has ever seen the Kaizak. A fairy and I went through the Door of Time together, but I think the fairy was captured by the Kaizak. Kaizak's weakness? Try to understand his movements. The rest is up to you. Are you the chosen one? So funny how like a prisoner in a dungeon has some of the most useful information in the entire game. Go figure. Okay, so now I'm going to take a quick look around and try to find... My notes here tell me that there is someone somewhere. I think... Yes, we knew that. Okay, we got that. I think it's an elder. Yes, the Door of Time may only be opened at midnight. But... So that is the key. And I think I will call it an episode, right? You must have this idol statue of Varalys to open the Door of Time. Okay, so we now know where the Door of Time is, how to get in it, and when to go to it. So it's perfect. So the City of Illusion has all the answers you need. You just gotta talk to people. Once you enter, you may never again return through it, except if you have an informant in the prison. He'll hook you up. Okay, we're gonna have a little snooze here. What's our ration situation like? Let's go. I'm pretty sure the general store here sells rations, so we'll go check that out. What do you guys? It's the end of the world. Do you feel fine? It is said that the fairies can see the Dark Lord himself, who exists beyond the Door of Time. I've never talked to this guy before. Don't you hate it when the Dark Lord finds himself in your world and is trying to destroy it? Exists beyond. That's funny. I've never talked to him before. Oh, that's good. How about you ladies? Nope. And nope. Okay. Let's get a ration. Yes. Okay, so... Yep. The final... So we no longer have any use for lamps and oils, which is great. So actually, let's just get rid of those. No. Plus we're loaded, so we have a lot of money. We don't need... We can always go buy an oil lamp. We don't carry the oil. Okay, sorry about that. We're pretty much done in the... we can get rid of the ID card now, too, for sure. Probably even get rid of the Cloudstone. We're done with all that stuff. Well, no. Cloudstone in case we need to get more bundles of herbs, which actually we most definitely will. Okay. All right, we're headed to the inn, and I'm going to call it an episode here. Perfect timing. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I do hope you enjoy watching as much as I enjoy playing, and I'm very excited to show you how this game ends. I think next episode I will show you the final dungeon. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show you before I grind to get to the end. I don't think so. So, yeah. we'll call it here. I think I'll show you this. There's an item we can get in the final dungeon, and I'll show you how the Time Door Talisman works and how to get in there. And then I guess in the middle, maybe I might. I'll have to figure out what we want to do about that. So I'll walk you around, and then I'll grind after that, and then we'll do the final boss. All right. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much again for being here, and as always, be kind, be strong, and be awesome. Take care of yourself out there.